Hi, I'm Gerald Lopez. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about ki. It's a funny word in Aikido, used by some and dismissed by others. Why is that so? Why did Aikido's founder, Morihei Ueshiba, talk about it? Why did his first 10th dan, Koichi Tohei, find it so important he built it into his curriculum, and then, on Ueshiba's death, was dismissed as head instructor? Well, join me on the other side where I talk about ki. So in this video, I will try to explain what ki could possibly mean in the context of Aikido, and why we need to at least try to understand the founder's worldview, not only to improve our Aikido, but also to fulfill his vision and mission. I'm often challenged when I talk about ki in Aikido forums. It seems like some Aikido practitioners have no idea what ki is. This really surprises me for a number of reasons. Ki is part of the word Aikido. How can a practitioner not know what ki is? Or do they assume it is a meaningless, empty word? The word ki was extensively used in Ueshiba's time. Koichi Tohei, his first 10th dan and chief instructor, said, "The word most frequently used in Aikido is ki. For instance, these expressions: to train your ki, to pour forth your ki, to cut ki, to lose ki." So in his book, Aikido, edited by Ueshiba himself, he mentions a number of uses. There are two meanings of ki, he says: a deep meaning, which means universal or cosmic ki, and a light meaning, which is individual ki, or personal ki, or life force. A few times I've taught about ki in Aikido to Japanese people. They have come up to me and said, we always mention ki in Japanese, but your explanation made it so much clearer to me. I totally get what you're saying. I never had a Japanese person say to me, "That's total nonsense." Only Westerners. Funny that. So this concept of universal and personal ki is, I believe, a very important one in Aikido, yet it is a lost concept, one that is no longer taught in many dojos. So what is ki? Well, in his book, Tohei explains that one is, ki is the basis of everything, and two, that it fills the universe. So he says, we call the chaotic condition before the universe took shape ki. So what he means is that ki is like before the Big Bang, before the creation of the universe. Something was there before the existence of the universe. So another way to understand ki is that it is energy. One, that it creates order from chaos, and two, that it makes things happen, as we often understand energy. Energy is what makes things happen. Energy provides order. And in ancient cultures, energy also drives life. So when I talk about ki and energy, people sometimes say I'm talking woo. This is probably because they're thinking about the classical physics definition of energy and haven't learned the extended concept of energy, which I'll talk about again. So the mechanics definition is energy is the capacity for doing work. So what is work? Well, work is the energy transferred to or from an object via the application of force. So energy is work, and work is energy. Sounds a bit circular to me. So what is force? Force is push or pull. I did get an A for physics in high school and even passed mechanics, but I'm none the wiser from these definitions. So let me introduce an extended definition, the one I think ki is about. In this definition, Energy is the underlying substance, the matrix of the universe. It has been called ether in ancient science or akasha in Vedic science. Energy is what creates order. We can see that the world is not random. The world is filled with order. Crystals show order. Reproduction and growth is order. Weather systems are order. What creates that external order? There must be an underlying order, a blueprint for crystals, babies, and weather. This is sometimes called an energy field, an energetic pattern out of which physical patterns emerge, just like a magnetic field which causes iron filings to order themselves into physical patterns. So energy is the blueprint, the driver for the most complex order in the universe, life. Classical scientists still cannot explain what the difference is between a person who 1 minute is alive and the next minute is dead. Sure, we can measure the signs of life, heartbeat, brain activity, etc. But what really caused these to stop? What flips the switch off? We don't really know. And what causes two cells to come together and start life again? So classical science has tried hard to dismiss any notion of life-giving energy or life force, but it still cannot explain what life really is. The argument between vitalists, who believe in life force, and the mechanists, who believe the universe is like a clock, has existed for thousands of years. Both are models or attempts to map reality. As Edwards Deming, the management consultant who helped rebuild Japan after the war, said, models are not true, but some are more useful than others. So can the ancient paradigm of a universe that is alive with energies ever be reconciled with science? Well, one of the 20th century's most eminent scientists thought so. David Bohm was a physicist who outlined the fourth state of matter, plasma. The other three states, by the way, are solid, liquid, and gas. Einstein considered him one of the top physicists of the 20th century. In short, Bohm was a genius. Bohm realized that under the subatomic states of particles and energy, there was an underlying matrix out of which these particles and energy appeared from and disappeared to again. The physical world, the one classical physicists study, he called the explicate or external order. The matrix he called the implicate order. This concept is exactly the same as that of ki, the extended definition of energy. For thousands of years, people around the world have stated that a life force or energy is what gives us life and keeps us alive. So it is said that the cosmos contains vital energy, which is distributed to each person as each person is born. This worldview, this paradigm, is called vitalism. So from this perspective, we are like individual drops from the ocean. We come from the ocean, live life as a drop, and then blend back into the ocean. Another word for this is ki. In traditional medicine, when a person is ill, a health practitioner will diagnose a disorder in ki, chi, or prana, that is, a disturbance in the body's blueprint. What acupuncture and other therapies do is to restore the order so the body can heal and regrow. So the thing is, by consciously extending ki into a person, you can cause physiological changes and help their body regain its proper working. As an Aikido and health practitioner, I have done this countless times, sometimes with spectacular results. I will do a future video explaining the health effects of ki. So one of the laws of physics is entropy. A common meaning of entropy is the tendency of the universe towards chaos and randomness. The Nobel Prize-winning physicist Erwin Schrödinger said that life is negative entropy. That is, it reverses entropy by restoring order. So In his book, What is Life, he wrote, "Thus, the device by which an organism maintains itself stationary at a fairly high level of orderliness, that is, a low level of entropy, really consists in continually sucking orderliness from the environment." What is this orderliness? The orderliness is universal ki, and the life force that sucks it into the body is individual ki. Ueshiba. When you read about Ueshiba and listen to him in the videos, it is obvious that he embraced the vitalistic paradigm of a universe alive with energies. The energies of sound, of the elements, of life-giving properties. Ueshiba said he could sense when people had intentions towards him and exactly how they were going to attack him, even before they moved. This cannot be explained in any biomechanical way, but can be explained in terms of ki. We have 2 recorded accounts, actually 3, of epiphanies, extraordinary experiences Ueshiba had, when he realized directly and undeniably the powerful cosmic energies and their awesome order. Many people in history have had the same kinds of epiphanies. These people have come out of these experiences with complete conviction of what they experienced. They often go on to do extraordinary things in the world through that sheer conviction and clarity of vision. So Ueshiba's conviction was that Aikido can be a vessel for peace and reconciliation in the world. He did not say this in a wishy-washy way. He said it from an ability to see exactly how it could be so, how Aikido could change people and change society. Koichi Tohei, Ueshiba's first chief instructor in Tokyo, apparently saw and understood Ueshiba's worldview and tried to articulate it in a way that modern people could understand. He tried to explain ki and how it could be used in the context of Aikido and your daily life. He started his own ki society, published books, and conducted seminars worldwide. My teacher, Ken Williams, studied under Tohei, and this experience informed and tempered the hardcore Budo training he had had under his first teacher, Kenshiro Abe. Sensei Williams was utterly convinced of ki and explained it in ways that helped us experience ki directly. His Aikido was awesome, light and graceful, yet extremely powerful and direct. So what has happened in the Aikido world for the concept of ki to fall into disuse and neglect? I think this is a topic for another video. So the 3 takeaways about ki are: ki is universal foundation, ki is order, ki is life energy. I believe that in order to verify the existence of ki, we need to look into ourselves and become aware of how we experience the world. This is not mysticism, it is merely becoming aware of what already exists in the world. Merleau-Ponty, the 20th century phenomenological philosopher, said, "What we discover by going beyond the prejudice of the objective world is not an occult inner world, but a world of living experience." I hope by now you understand ki better. Ki is not something mystical, supernatural, or occult. It is an explanation of the forces and patterns of nature. Under different names, it has been part of cultural worldviews throughout history. Whether you choose to explore ki is up to you, but I guarantee you that if you do, your living experience will change. Ki is part of the word Aikido. How can we say we study Aikido if we don't study the 3 words Ai, Ki, and Do? According to Ueshiba's son Kishomaru, his father's life goal was the unification of the fundamental creative principle, Ki, permeating the universe, and the individual Ki, inseparable from breath power, of each person. If you really want to get to the heart of Aikido, I believe you must try to understand and model the founder Morihei Ueshiba. As he says to us, Aikido is not just external form, but also the hidden components, mind and ki. So I hope this has helped you, especially the younger people starting to practice Aikido, to understand what ki is and how it forms the basis of Ueshiba's Aikido. Watch out for the next video in which we will discuss not only how ki can become part of your Aikido practice, but how it can tremendously improve your Aikido as well. Please click the subscribe button, and if you enjoyed this video, the like button too. If you have any questions or would like me to cover a particular Aikido topic, please let me know in the comments section below. Let's please be polite and respectful. Thanks a lot. Bye.